Afternoon from Disturbia on the 14th of November at 17:25, 25 after 5. Take a look at this glowing sky back here. And over there it's glowing also. I don't know if you can see it. It's not because of lights. It is supernatural. It's a supernatural glow of the Glow-Baal that they put on every single day here in Disturbia and across the face of the whole flat earth. Look at that. Unbelievable, really. Nobody talks about it, and that's really, to me, the main signal that most people must be complicit with the devil. These people want to conform to the image of the beast. And they want us to conform also, those people who believe in the true Messiah. They want to trick us and deceive us into not knowing or understanding the signs of the time. Just look at the sky here. 7 degrees in Disturbia. On September 11th, it was 6 degrees in the morning. Very cold. But of course, they pumped up temperatures with chems. We had degrees in the 70s in September and October, and probably will have them again now. People at the barn were shearing their horses of their winter coats, which is something that I don't do anymore. I did it once, and then suddenly the temperature dropped, and my horse froze. Animals can freeze, especially if they don't have their winter coat on. Look at this. And over here, it's black. You see, this is how they build their poles, their AC/DC. They're false dialectic. Same thing, false weights and balance, same thing. And this is what the forces that should not be do. They play a game of cat and mouse, like they did with the election in the United States recently, like they're doing here in Disturbia with their opposition. These people say everything you want to hear. And then when they get into power, something happens, and they change their mind. Take a look. Unbelievable. I haven't seen it this bad for a long, long time. Back there, it's also glowing. And what the forces want to do is throw us off guard with another false flag, and it's probably going to be a biggie. There's going to be several probably to bring us way down to their level. Jesus said, "You are from beneath," and he's right. They're from hell. These wicked are from hell, and they don't want us to understand what they're all about. They want us to believe in them. The opposition will take care of everything. Trump will take care of everything. He's going to clean house. So you just put your trust in him. I don't put my trust in any man anymore. Look at this glare under these lamps. We have this fog residue constantly. They're beginning to call the clouds now high fog. I've heard that a couple of times. Or they call it thick clouds. Well, they're not clouds because they're sprayed in. They do not move except to fall down to the ground when they're heated. That's what they call sublimation in alchemy. And that's what they're doing. They're gassing mankind. This is the Holocaust right here. They want you to believe in so many things that aren't true. But what you can see with your eyes and hear with your ears, that people don't believe it. I've come to the conclusion, more or less, that if you cannot fathom the evil, you're never going to know what's going on in this world. If you're always defending lies, I know somebody, she does that all the time. She has an explanation for everything. which is totally irrational, and not logical. And God is logos. The word means logos. That's where the word logic comes from. God is logical. God makes sense. But none of this Glow-Baal climate change baloney makes any sense. I've been hearing recently, it's official now. The temperature is 1.5 degrees warmer on average than it should be, when it's really, in fact, sometimes up to 30 degrees warmer than it should be because of the gas and electricity that they impinge upon the earth. Today I heard that if we're not careful by 2030, or the end of this century, they said the end of the century, it's going to be something like, I believe they said 2.6 or 2.7. I mean, they can't even tell the truth about that. And people don't want to know the truth. You tell them the truth and they just don't want to hear it. And you're marginalized, and you're called a conspiracy theorist. You don't wear a mask, and people shun you. You don't get vaccinated. Now these vaccines are going to be the real thing here, coming right up. I mean, they have been for a while, and they're going to continue to be. I just heard the other day, I was at the doctor's office, and I was looking at some magazines, and one of them had said that children are getting pneumonia now. So what they're going to do is start vaccinating the children in the womb at least 4 times before they're born, so that they won't get pneumonia. Can you imagine that? Here in Disturbia, if you're over 40, you get vaccinated anyway when you're pregnant. I don't know if younger people get vaccinated. It's like, oh, you're deathly ill, we got to vaccinate you because you're pregnant. How many women have their babies at home? It's not a sickness, pregnancy. There are women who die in childbirth, that's true, but if you look on the internet, you can actually watch these women having their babies at home in their swimming pools. There's several in Hawaii, they're sisters, and I don't know how many kids they have. 6 each. One has many more than the other, but they both had their children at home. And there are plenty of benefits that go along. First of all, it's natural. You know, you do not need to inject heavy metals into a body so that it knows what to do. I was reading this article that I just mentioned. They said what happens is the body forgets. The immune system forgets its job. So what you've got to do is you've got to help it remember by getting a vaccination. Get kick-started, it said. Something like that, because it was in German. But I've been looking at the protocols of the Learned Elders of Zion recently, the last couple days. Not so much today, because it's just such bloated language and, so far removed from reality, and yet that's what they're doing. The children of Esau, because they absolutely hate the Goyim, who are the children of Jacob Israel. That's what it's all about. It's all about the birthright, folks. You're not going to learn that in church. You're never going to learn the truth in church. They're there to keep you blind and dumb, and also contributing to their coffers so that they can get nice and rich. But this these protocols of the Learned Elders of Zion, you can look it up on archive.org. It's just really insane. They have a God and they have a kingdom, and their kingdom is going to come by stealth and by subterfuge. That's why I do these videos, to show people what they're doing. To show people how they cover the sky, and a lot of people don't even know that these are fake clouds. They're not real clouds. Nothing is what they say it is. Nothing is really as it appears to be. And when the man of sin comes, if we don't realize that he's even coming, I keep hearing Jesus is coming soon to rule for 1,000 years. No. But I mean, I did a video on that. I think I did a couple videos on that, and people just don't want to believe it. I'm not going to be judged. Who's God to judge me? Who does he think he is? You know what? That's Satan talking. Of course we're going to be judged. How is God going to build a hierarchy without evaluating people? Everybody's going to get their judgment. Well done, my good and faithful servant, or depart from me, I never knew you. You're not going to be taken off in some sort of a rapture. Now they're saying that the great falling away is actually the departure of the Christians on the earth. You see, they thought up something new. It's just amazing the things that these wicked think of. Falling away means actually departure of Christians, departure of the Holy Spirit. It says in Job, if God were to take away his spirit, everything would collapse again to dust. And that's the truth, including us. So, and people who think that they're, what, these doctrines of demons, they're touted by demons. They're touted by demonically inspired men and women who want to trick you and fool you. They go to your church and they may even be on the board. These people have positions in high places because they want control. They want control of your mind. They want to control what you think. They want to know what everybody's thinking, what everybody's doing, so they can eliminate their enemies in a timely, as they always say, timely. What's this obsession with time? Well, I'll tell you what it is. Their God is the devil, and Satan is Father Time. That's another one of his names. All Satan has is time. That's why they want to turn back the clocks, the hands of time. They want to reverse prophecy. They want to do all kinds of things, and they believe that they're going to be successful. Just listen to George H.W. Bush in his speech, when we are successful, and we will be. This is the pride that comes before a fall. And anyway, what's this video about? Just don't trust in mankind. They're playing a cat and mouse. They want to knock people off balance, and God hates unequal balances. He doesn't want us to be imbalanced. He wants to be in balance with him. He wants us doing his commandments, and he doesn't want us going off the deep and extreme end, believing in doctrines of demons that cannot possibly be true if you just think about it. And if people would read their Bible from the beginning, start with the Psalms if need be. Read them over and over. Every time you read them, you'll realize I'm learning something new. Oh, I didn't see that before. Oh, I made this correlation. I'm connecting these dots. Because the man of sin is on his way. Now that Trump just so easily slid into office, which he should have done last time, but they needed more time. And that's something also that I heard Trump recently say. The doctors say we need more time. And he said that in relation to abortion. So, we're going to get 3 months. You can abort babies to the 3rd or the 4th month. Now, he said something to that effect. I don't have a link or anything like that. It's just something that I heard him say before he was staunchly against abortion, which is the centerpiece of lawlessness. And it's also the abomination that causes desolation. It's going to be perpetrated soon under the Antichrist in the public square. Child sacrifice to the golden calf, cannibalism and blood drinking.